Oh, this episode was good. They had us wait a whole week when they should have just dropped it last week. But it's like, you know what? I'm all right. I'm all right with it. Yo, this episode was now we talking. Now it's getting interesting. Now it's finally getting interesting. So we all had ideas. We all had speculations, right? Some of us was obviously wrong, but some of us who sort of came back with that video was like, I don't know, maybe snaps and pop, because it only made sense because it was only two people who had access to the police, Rock and snaps and pop. So it was like, then they on the roof and it was like, well, yeah, basically telling Pee Wee and Dinkles, telling them like, yeah, listen, you two fucked up, like you two basically fucked up, and then they had to get rid of him. So I was like, oh, so they did it. So they did it. I was like, because here's the thing. I made a video and I was like, if Snaps and Pop did take out like Famous, which they confirmed, they basically did this shit. So it's like, okay, so is it gonna be? Because I'd said in my video, I was like, it might be either Kanan and Rock that might take out, Snaps and Pop, or it could be Juke and Kanan take out Snaps and Pop. It could be one of those two, right? And they could take out Snaps and Pop because Snaps and Pop have like a strong investment into Kanan, and they see like a bright future within Kanan. So they doing cleanup duty around him, and they like, oh, they taking out anybody who I would like, have problems that would have problems that would go back to them. And it's like they do a cleanup duty on hour 5, and it's like, see, you're messing up here. So it's only gonna be a matter of time until word gets out and be like legit, Rock had nothing to do with it. Rock is actually innocent for once. She had nothing to do with it. So it's like, okay, so it's only gonna be a matter of time until be like, yo, Snaps and Pop. And he's gonna probably figure it out to be like, because he's so blinded with rage and frustration because he's like, Rock did this, Rock did that. But he's so blinded, which I like what Krista was explaining to him. Like, you so blinded by, everything that she did to you. Maybe you missing some things. And damn it, he is surely missing it, but I think he's gonna see it. But for the first part, it was kind of wild in the first part because you see Marvin and the crew, they coming in there. It was like, shut the fuck up, bend the fuck over, give it to me. And it was like, what that mean? And then next thing you know, they was in there with Quan, and I was like, okay, like, okay, like they was in there with Quan, and that's when Marvin shot two of Quan's guys, and then that's when he was like, no, where's the money and where's the jewelry? So that's when he heard his voice. He was like, oh, you are Rock's brother, like Marvin. And that's when he said, well, I gotta kill you now. So they made the first move to take out Quan, which he was supplying Unique like the product. So Unique is going like, yo, I need work, man, like basically took out my supplier. And that's when Phil Russo's like, listen, man, I don't care for any of this. Where's my money? I don't give two shits about this shit that you and Rock is going through. Where's this money? So it causes him to like talk to Snaps and Pop, and he made a very interesting take. Like, well, I understand like whatever little side money I getting from Kanan, I could do y'all one better if we all get together and we work together. Now, here's the thing. Here's a crucial thing about this, because since Marvin messed up and he had early and Londell, kill one of like Stefano's guys, it made things difficult, because it's like, if he did that and Stefano finds out about it, then what's the sense of having, they all getting together and they be like, well, they was basically a problem, and then maybe Stefano comes to a realization that maybe Sal Buscemi was maybe right about them in the first place, and then he probably might side with maybe Phil Russo and then maybe Snaps and Pop to take out Marvin and the Thomas family, basically take them out. So it's like, that could happen, but Rock is gonna probably have to put some things together to try to like, get this shit straight, because right now Unique is in a favorable position to like take over, and it would make sense because right now, since Marvin basically fucked up, and Early was telling him, he was just like, listen, man, you the one that told me, get him, Marvin, get him, take him out. So it's just like, now she has to like fix the mistakes that Marvin did, as when she had that argument with him, like, yo, you basically fucked up. So They had to have that type of conversation. And then, oh boy, yo, it was crazy how they had OC. They had that little boy. That little boy didn't deserve it. I was like, oh my god. He was in there. He like, I'm trying to go home. And then you got that nigga, he's sitting there, he like, nah, man, you gonna sit here, you gonna wait. Now you gonna wait until Unique gets back, unless you want a problem. I was like, oh, damn. Then Unique coming back, he like, nah, man, she took out the connect, she took out Quan. He all upset and shit. So he's pissed off about what everything that happened. That's when you got like so OC. He's telling him, he like, "Oh, come on, I can stay at I need to be going, man. I need to stay at my friend's house or something." And he pulls the gun out and he kills OC. He kills OC and he pops him. He's like, "Now you're gone, nigga. Now you're gone." I was like, "Oh!" And so he takes him out. He takes him out. Tells him to clean up. Then now there's another interesting thing. It was like, oh my god, this episode. It was we getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. Because then we got Garcia. He comes in and he's like, well, he thinks that Unique killed both Howard and Ronnie because he figured there was a deal that was going on. I guess they betrayed Unique, and then that's when Unique came back for revenge and killed them both. So I was like, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it's like you're wrong because the man was basically dead, but came back due to plot reasons. So I was like, no, he was dead. So I was like, he wrong. And it's like he thinks that Unique did. I mean, when you really think about it, because remember when Rock set up Unique for, I guess, the shooting of Howard, right? And it was like that still kind of like lingered because remember back in I think season 2, I think when season 2 when he came out of prison, all eyes were still on Unique because they was just like, oh man, like Unique was shut down for a very long time because they were still looking at him like, yeah, you had something to do with Howard, like you did that shit, you popped Howard. So it was like he was grounded for a very long time. So that idea what Garcia has isn't a bad one, but it's like, again, they still gonna need somebody to like put the blame on and be like, oh, who actually killed Howard? And why was Ronnie and Howard working together? Which that's not even true. So I'm like, oh man. So now you have Unique possibly having a Garcia problem, but then we see Garcia try to like talk to Jukebox to try to say like, okay, what happened with Howard and maybe Famous, because he was like, Shannon said that, yeah, you was good to us police, you was giving us information, like you was good people. And she like, nah, I ain't telling you, I don't know nothing. And then she leaves, right? And then now here's the thing, I understand they had to put this in here, I understand it, but the fact is that they had OC's brother and he was like, he's holding himself and he like, well, you know, yeah, how was you and my brother? That was close, you know? And she like, nah, you know, we was friends. Nah, how about me and you get friendly together? And I'm like, oh, not like this. And then Juke had to set his ass straight. And she was just like, listen, I'm looking for OC. I ain't here for all of that. And then that's when he doesn't know anything. But then we find out later that OC body was found in the dumpsters because the garbage, well, sanitation was like putting in the garbage, and that's when the body was fucking floating in. And that's when, wait, what the hell? Then when Primo tells Kanan about it, he was just like, yo, basically, you know, OC's dead. So then they all at OC's mom's house and they like talking about things and they like, yeah, like who the fuck did this? So I like this damn story, what they tell him with Kanan, because everybody's going missing around him, either ended up dead or just plainly going. And I like this because again, all of this is just gonna cause this man to go. He's gonna crash out, black out, whatever you may call it. He's going off on everybody in the future because it's like he can't have anything that's close to him or whatever without somebody dying, somebody betraying him. And we already know how that cycle goes anyway, but it's just gonna fuel the fire even further for his character development. So it's like, oh my god. But it's crazy because it's like you have all of this stuff going on, and then you got Kenyatta Pinata. I forgot about him. Kenyatta Pinata. So they come up on Be Real and they like, so Real, we want to hit low again. And then Rilla's like, nah, man, we can't be doing this. Like, I don't want to. So he like, I don't want to do it. So that's when they pressured him. They was like, well, if you don't do this, we gonna force you to do it. So B Rilla tells Lulu about it, and he's just like, yeah, man, I messed up. And that's when Lulu had to correct his mistakes by basically killing Kenyatta Pinata and his friend in the car. And then you see Lulu having a big old smile on his face. And then I like how, like, the adult Kanan was explaining about the story. And he was just like, yeah, you can't really take the game out of the person, because he was smiling and cheesing. Like, he was like, yeah, man, I'm fucking back. I murked this nigga in the street. I'm fucking back. So I'm like, oh damn, all right. There we got Lulu's back in the game now. So I'm like, oh, here we go. Now I still think B Rilla probably might catch a bullet though, because it's like he set the whole thing up, and I'm like, I don't know. What if I don't know. What if something happens and word gets out, or I don't know, like Lulu just be like, this nigga's fucking useless. Pow, pow, pow. But I still think that could happen, but then I'm like, we'll see. Because if B Rilla could get his mind straight and he can, straighten up and get to the ramen and the raps, then maybe there could be a future. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about B Rilla, but there's a lot of things that's been spinning in the story that's been quite interesting, because then we see those cops pick up Crystal because she was gonna leave, and then they pick her up. So I'm like, oh damn it, don't tell me Snaps and Pop gonna have her killed too. So I'm like, damn, you killed this friend and now you gonna kill his girl? Oh hell no. Nah. That's gonna be it. Because here's the thing. So if word gets out, like, okay, Crystal, well, I don't think so, because I feel like it was like a secret. Like, Crystal went over there in secret to visit Rock to talk to her about, like, the concerns that she have about Kanan, because she's telling Rock, like, listen, Kanan is hurt right now. He's very pissed. She didn't say that he suspects her, because everything that we seen in this episode was where Juke didn't really tell Rock anything, because she may think that maybe Rock did it. And Rock is just trying to, like, get answers, like, yo, what's going on? Because legit, she doesn't know. She had nothing to do with it. So it's like, okay, but we only missing the right pieces, where it's like, these two sloppy cops, Winkle and Frank, these two cops, they basically messed up, and it's only going to be a matter of time until it gets out that these two boneheaded cops that actually killed Famous. And again, these was not on Rock's dime. These was on Snaps and Pop's dime, because they was the ones that had Famous killed and potentially Crystal killed, because that's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm like, oh shit, here we go. So again, we got some shit. We got some shit that's gonna be happening, like, real soon, because you got Unique out here spiraling, because he's like, he wants to go to war so badly, but Phil's like, I'm not. Listen, man, you need to pay me my money, man. Like, I don't know about all that. And then at the end, like, Hafiz came through with Rock, and then that's when he had the drugs there. Everything was, like, supplied well, and she's like, well, now she can move weight, but it's like, it's gonna be a little difficult because Marvin messed up. And it could be like, well, if Stefano switched sides, then he might switch over and be like, well, I side with these guys over here, because since Marvin messed up. And because we seen at the table when Stefano was like, yeah, you know anything about my friend Howard Beach? And that's when Marvin was like, I don't know anything about that, Mr. Stefano, sir. And he's like, well, I do. Basically said, buddy gonna be sleeping with the fishes. He was like, well, I hope that don't come. Ain't no shoe size in my figure. He like, well, listen, man, all sizes come well in people. So I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, Stefano basically saying, hey man, if you messed up, I got some shoes for you. So I was like, damn. So all right, yo. Like I said, this episode was it was good. I ain't gonna hold you. They did well. Because now they're sparking up entry. They're sparking up a lot of possibilities of what they could probably go to and turn to in the future, though. Because we know who killed Famous. We know who probably is going to kill Crystal. And it's just going to be a matter of time until eventually Kanan gets all of the facts and he finds out who really did it, and it'd be like, okay, I was an idiot. Sorry, Rock. Now I gotta go kill Stefano and Staffs and Pop. So Oh man. And also too, let me know in the comment section down below. When are we gonna get this Kanan and unique interference? Because I like I understand like it's unique in Rock, but I'm like, unique is sort of messing with Kanan's business as well. So I'm like, I want to see an interaction. I want to see like something between them because it's like he's interfering. He had OC steal his money, so I'm like, we need something. We need something there. So hopefully we get that. But overall, comment, subscribe, and share. And I catch you all in the next one.